Are you ready for the most metal game ever created? I mean, come on, were you not watching that intro? Did you not see all the explosions and hear the guitar riffage? I mean, come on, Future Polly, do me a favor and annotate that shit in case anybody is still unawares about how awesome that was. Go ahead, I'll wait. So Contra Shattered Soldier is a great big fat fucking apology from Konami for the PlayStation 1 installments of the Contra series that we received, Contra Legacy of War and the Contra Adventure. Contra Legacy of War is really only bad in a sense that it's bad in a way that a lot of early PlayStation games were bad, and that it was still kind of like trying to acclimate itself to being 3D for whatever reason, because games just had to be in 3D back then. But the Contra Adventure, I don't know how that shit even got pressed to disc. It is just an abhorrent mess. It is garbage to the nth degree, and I would urge anybody to just, like, steer clear. Nobody's ever heard of that game anyway, so I don't even know why I'm trying. Their only saving grace is that these games were not developed internally by Konami at all. They were developed by Appaloosa Interactive, or as I've come to affectionately refer to them, Appaloosa Interactive. You see what I did there? I put a poopy graphic on screen. How clever is that? That's what you're coming here for. I know it. Anyway, I'm just making a short introductory video here to kind of go over this game a bit, because there are some differences with how this plays, compared to other Contra games. And this stuff would be hard to just kind of mumble mouth through while playing a game that is as fast-paced and hectic as this game can be. But rest assured, this game is awesome. It's also got a story. It is a story that takes itself entirely too seriously. It involves Bill Reiser having defeated the alien menace with his partner Lance Bean, and then for some reason 80% of humanity died because of him, and for some reason he also, I guess, killed Lance for some reason. That gets him put away in some cryogenic jail, but then 5 years later a new organization named Blood Falcon appears, and yada yada yada, and he's broken out of his cryogenic sleep by a lovely little cyborg named Lucia. These are their Neo-Contra designs. They're pretty much the same though, but I know what you weirdos are here for anyway, and you won't be satisfied until you get some of Lucia's USDA grade A pity beat. There you go. Eat it up. I'll wait. About more? You want more? You're not satisfied? There you go. But anyway, that's it for the dumb story and all of that stuff. We're here to talk about some of the gameplay changes that have been made and that make this game actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump into all of that. As you can see here, what we got is, this looks like a Contra game. I jump, I run, I shoot. I'm doing all the Contra things already. This game, like I said, makes a lot of changes to the formula. The first being is that you can't lose weapons when you die anymore. In fact, the game just gives you all three weapons from the start to change from however you see fit, whenever you see fit. You just tap the L1 and R1, and you can see those little icons moving. The three weapons that you're given a machine gun that does machine gunny things. That's pretty cool. You're given little roly-poly mines. These do roly-poly things. And then you're given flame shot. It does flame whippy things. You whip it around and set things on fire. You've also got an alternate fire for these weapons that you can charge up. And they're different for each weapon. This one is just like some weird gun pod that pops out. I've never found a use for it ever. The gun pod nor the explosion do damage to enemies, and I'm sure that each of those pellets only does 1 damage. And since this game is mostly a boss rush game, not going to be all that helpful to you, sorry. Next we've got the charge shot for our roly-poly mines, which turns into 800 bajillion missiles. Yeah, that looks about right. 1, 2, 3, 800 bajillion. Yeah, I'm mathing all right. And we've got the most overpowered weapon in the game. The charged up flame whip is a plasma shot that just rips through most everything. Like, just like hot knife through butter nonsense. It's just ridiculous. I'll try not to use it a whole lot because I think it makes things a little boring, but there are going to be times that I do use it because it's been a while since I've played this game, and even though I'm not trying to S-rank the entire game, there are some boss fights I'm going to want out of in pretty short order, and the charged up flame whip is the best way. Next, you're going to see at the top of the screen, hit rate. This has nothing to do with accuracy, as the verbiage hit rate might imply. It's actually it's a counter of critical targets that you have to hit throughout the stage, and it goes up to 100. Bosses typically count from 10 to 15 to 20% of that, and the rest is made up of incidental targets that are just kind of littered around the stage. So, you know, it's like if I move forward here and I start shooting some dudes, you'll notice my hit rate is not going up. But if I shoot this guy up here with the mortar, it went up to 1, and if I continue, I blow up the truck, I got 4 more. And that's really about it. But anyway, the hit rate ties into this game's scoring system. It's got a grading system that tracks your progress through the game, and it can also prevent you from completing the game. So when you get to the end of a stage, you're presented with a results screen. It's obviously counting down your hit rate, which will be 100, and then you're penalized for using continues and losing lives. So the way this works is if you use a continue, and you continue from the midway point, you're docked 10% just right off the top. But if you continue and start the stage over from the beginning, not a problem. That won't be held against you, actually. Each life lost is minus 2%. Pretty easy math. If you continue and you don't lose lives during that continue, you actually won't be penalized. So it's mostly just keeping track of how many lives you've lost on this specific continue. The way this scoring system works with the game's progress is that you need to maintain an average of 86% in order to see the entirety of the game. So when you get to the end of stage 5, if you're not above 86%, you will get an ending, and if you get to the end of stage 6 and you're not above 86, you're not 86 or above, you'll get another ending. So it's just kind of like it's a system that, like, I think that it's okay for replay value. I think that it kind of like rewards you for getting better by letting you see more of the game, and you definitely feel your skills increase the more you try and go for those 100%. And you know, you start noticing the more you play it, you lose fewer and fewer lives. So I think it's actually a pretty alright system, even though it can be prohibitive and kind of, you know, I guess it could be annoying for new players. I would also be super remiss if I did not mention this game's amazing soundtrack. Like, if you weren't already impressed by that opening number and hearing me babble all over this opening stage theme here, which is also pretty good, what I'm going to do is, in the description for each video, I'm going to post a link to all of the tracks used, so you can go and listen to those without hearing me babble all over them. And with that, that's really about all there is to know. I'm just going to be playing this game to get an ending, to get, you know, the A rank ending. I'm not going to try for S rank unless the opportunity presents itself. But it's been a while since I've played this game, so don't go expecting miracles, people. So anyway, tune in tomorrow, and we'll have like the first stage ready to go, and you'll see just how awesome this game is once everything gets kicked off and going. Hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Hope you stick around. We're gonna have a great time blowing the hell out of everything. So yeah, later.